When and at what age does the thought of killing oneself begin to take root in a human mind? Perhaps it's a question best suited for a psychologist, but it remains the most pertinent inquiry aside from what led to the death of 7-year-old Antwone Marin. The minor was reportedly found hanging from a clothesline, a cord of some sort fastened around his neck inside this elevated wooden structure near the lagoon in Seine Bight village.
So yesterday, my girl me gone to work, right? Then I call back, he got out the road. But then my kids me there with the babysitter where usually take care of them when I go, because I usually go hustle and do my little hustling and things. And then I left there by herself. I always have somebody, she always go, why she there? I left there, she. Then if she not there, I carry her by my in-laws there. She got a tree there, and she gone to my house, because I usually think, then they done it. They done it already. When she gone and she start plot, I think that the youngest young girl, Cayetano Marin, that the youngest one, she start plot her first. Then after that, so she the plot, she my next daughter, Antwone Marin. She right there, so just sit down and wait. But between that time, and this like in my house, between that time, then Eggy just passed. I call her Eggy, right? Because everybody call him man Eggy. Next minute, now when he passed and he got in my room. Now next minute, it didn't take long when she telling Kiara, I know that he no song for Eggy, go check for Eggy. When my daughter gone, because my son done because he sleep by the bed head, approximately must say right after the mattress, the line about I would say approximately 4 feet after the mattress. That was for my girl hang for her clothes.
According to Martin Zatina, the child's babysitter rushed over frantically to where he and his workmen were busy constructing a dock on the waterfront.
A young lady asking for help. So we went to assist, but I saw her on the ground, give him respiration to a young 7 years old, like you said, Al said. And I asked her what happened to him. She said, I don't know. Well, I took the kid and I put him in my chest. So I tried to give him some CPR, right? CPR about 4 times. From there I see the little 7-year-old didn't do no reaction, so I lay him down.
Despite all attempts to administer chest compressions and mouth-to-mouth, Antwone was unresponsive. One can only imagine the anguish that must have been felt upon discovering Eggy, as he was affectionately known, suspended from a rope inside the bedroom. Zatina, at the point where he noticed that the little boy was motionless, summoned his colleagues to assist the babysitter.
The guys, when they went out there, the lady was already gone to the front with the kid. That's all.
Did you notice or observe any signs on Antwone's body, perhaps around the neck, or any sign that would have suggested that he may have taken his own life?
Well, I saw the little mark around the back of the neck, a little like squeeze, right? That's all I saw.
The neighborhood where he and his family lived is a remote part of the coastal village in an area adjacent to the Placencia Lagoon. Another person, who has asked to remain unnamed, describes the incident after Antwone had been brought out to the roadside.
We were all working. One of the workmen needed to go home. I see he ran, and we went out there behind him, and there was this lady with this little boy, and he was already dead. So we tried to rush her out to the front of the office at our work, and some of the guys tried to give him CPR, but he was already gone. He had like food and stuff coming out of his nose because he was, I guess, gone already.
So what could have prompted the young primary school student on summer break from St. Alphonsus RC to take his own life? The answer possibly lies in a number of emotional and psychological factors that may have come to play at the point where Antwone decided to turn on himself.
I just buried my girl niece. She born the same month in May, and she died in August, and she was 7, and she was going to standard 1. And that's the exact thing we catch my son. And she did just knock she down right beside of she grandmother, just knock she down.
Unfortunately, children do experience depression just as adults. They experience some form of trauma, post-traumatic stress disorder. So they do experience thoughts of suicide. And CDC has stated that 2 in 1 million child between the ages of 5 to 11 commit suicide. This is the first case in scenario in Belize where we found a child so young commit suicide, and I think that is what makes it more tragic because it's not something that we're accustomed to. And we often ask ourselves, Are children depressed? Can they really be depressed? They don't pay bills, but children experience depression just as adults. Their perception, for us, it's hard for us as adults to understand some of the emotions that we feel, and for children, it's even harder for them to understand what's happening. So even though they may not be able to label what they're feeling, they do have some of the same experiences that we have as adults.
While on vacation from school, Antwone was often seen at the water's edge, fishing in a nearby lagoon.
We work back here every day and no one really comes this side because it's nothing back here, you know. The little boy, every day he comes on these logs and he fishing, or he comes and get water from us because, you know, they don't have it like everyone else. So they come and get water from us, they come and fish in here. And the little boy, he's always around the village fishing. Everyone knows him.
Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.